Yawarnale barnusha, abia warnusha birni. Iba warnila ya si warnu, abia harnala ya urnala. Aharnala ya surnaisha, ma warni birna harnili. Ya warnusha, maha warnu. Ibi warnu. Awahar nur nala biawar nusha atiwar nushair nalaisha amihar niur nalairna. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your monthly message for September 2020 and beyond, whenever you choose to watch. I do consider these readings as timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or days, months, years, weeks down the road, it's really whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that nudge to watch, there may indeed be a message here for you. So before I get to your tarot, Cancer, I am going to grab a Madame Endora's card to kind of act as a focal energy to see exactly what the main energy or main theme of this monthly message is for you, September 2020. So we are looking at Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, September 2020 and beyond. We want to see what the monthly energies are for this particular reading. Okay, what was that? Hold on. Okay, it says beware who you trust. All right, well, let's see what that's all about. Again, Madame Endora's cards are very much in your face. They don't hold back. They tell it like it is. All right, but let's see, Cancer, to see what's going on with this. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, September 2020 and beyond. Let's see, 3 cards for this monthly message. Okay. All right, so we have the 5 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Wands. Okay, so it might be that maybe there's some trust issues or commitment issues in a particular connection or relationship or situation with someone. Could be a work situation, definitely. Could be a love situation as well. But it feels like somebody is questioning someone else's level of commitment here with the Hierophant and the 2. Any number, any number 2 is usually about a decision, maybe even a vacillation between 2 things, like weighing your options. 2 of Wands is definitely at a crossroads. You could be at a crossroads with someone in a connection with another. Again, you have the 2 of Cups behind. So again, there was something that was lost over here with these 3 spilled cups. 5s are a number of challenge. So it could be that there was something unstable or unpredictable in the connection. Something went wrong. But at the same time, there was something that was lost, but it's like, it's spilled, it's done, you can't really get it back. It could be a matter of the need to shift your perspective, right? But nonetheless, something was lost. There could be regrets here, as well as some sadness in regards to maybe a spiritual lesson, even maybe somebody even had a spiritual connection with, maybe a job situation, possibly a higher education situation also. And there's a choice to make in that dynamic with that 2 of Wands. Again, it's an energy of, do I go left? Do I go right? What path do I choose? You can choose the past. Also, you can choose the future. With that card, it could be a matter of you splitting paths from somebody else. They go their way, you go your way. You could have also given somebody an ultimatum here with the 2 of Wands. Maybe, again, if there's a question of somebody's level of commitment, maybe you don't trust them. Again, the idea of possibly having trust issues with someone over here. And then like wanting, it's kind of like focusing on the difficulties of the connection and not really seeing how it can be fixed. A lot of times the 5 of Cups is like that. It's like, how do I make this work? How do I fix this? There's so much that was lost here. How do we even get that back? having lots of thoughts, you know, and sorrows and things that are, you know, you're finding regretful. You know, it's focusing on the shouldas, the couldas, and the wouldas, what you know, you could have done differently, but at the same time, you can't really go back in time. So it's that kind of energy. That could be you feeling like that. That could also be the person, you know, that you're dealing with. Hierophant is Taurus energy, so that could be a zodiac sign that, you know, you're involved with, or that could be somewhere also in your chart. But there's definitely a decision to make in regards to a certain devotion to someone or something. Like, what's your loyalty? What's your level of commitment to this person or this situation? Maybe you're questioning their level of commitment and devotion and loyalty to you. Again, the Hierophant is that, talks about commitment, talks about devotion, because, you know, a priest is married to the church, and that takes a special kind of dedication. You basically promise yourself to the church, you marry the church. That's why the Hierophant can also talk about marriages, because a priest will also marry a couple. Likewise, the Hierophant talks about a very heavy spiritual lesson, or wisdom gained from experience. So even though there might be a lost situation with someone or in something, and you can't really get it back at this point, you're deciding whether you want to proceed further in that, there still was a lesson to be learned from it. So it kind of stinks, yes, that unfortunately some lessons are learned, especially with these two cards, in a heartbreaking way. Okay, but nonetheless, sometimes there are lessons, you know, that we need to grow from, heal from, learn from. Hierophant energy is a higher learning card. And that Two of Wands is kind of opening up your horizons, maybe after a lesson learned with a particular somebody, to the possibilities that lie elsewhere. Right? So expanding your horizons a bit with that Two of Wands. If something didn't work out over here with the Five of Cups, maybe you learned what you needed to learn from that, and now with that Two of Wands, it's time to move on. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can get 3 cards here for a little bit more detail. Alright, so there's a baby energy, could be a child involved. At the same time, this talks about new projects, talks about new things in general, new possibilities. Okay, so there's jealousy, and if indeed it's somebody you can't trust in some relationship situation with a Hierophant, or maybe even in a marriage, I can understand maybe if there's trust issues why that would be here. But let's see. Okay, and then we have like the mini Hierophant over here again, right? Sacerdote, we have the priest. So what I'm getting from this is you might have children, especially if you're married to somebody, right? You might have children with this person. There could be some trust issues there in that scenario. Maybe there's somebody else involved. I don't know if it's a third-party situation. A lot of times this can talk about that in this deck. But you do have 3 spilled cups over here. And there's the Two of Cups in the back. So you could be questioning somebody's level of commitment, and maybe questioning your faith in a particular person over here. Priest card does talk about faith and, again, devotion to a higher cause or to a higher purpose. It's like, it almost feels like also wanting something new, but maybe you're not trusting this person. So maybe there's jealousy issues too. Maybe they don't trust you. Maybe you don't trust them. You know, maybe there's children involved. Maybe a marriage involved. Again, that's just, I think if anything, it's just confirming. At the same time, it's like the Two of Wands energy is, you know, which way are you going to go? What are you going to do? What are you going to decide? What path are you going to take? Are you going to stay or are you going to go? Are you going to split paths from them? Are you going to go your own way? What are you going to decide? And it's kind of like this feeling of maybe do you want a fresh start with this person, or do you want to go alone on your own with a fresh start? I could also see that option with this baby, because again, it's brand new energy trying to come in. You could you could be in the midst of a decision of starting over with them or forging your own path. At the same time, if there's trust issues, forging a new path with them, you might find difficult, because if you keep getting dragged back into the Five of Cups energy and you keep having to relive the pain, the hurt, and all of that, you might, with that Two of Wands, decide to go your own way. But there's definitely a decision to make in regards to something that you care about, something that you're devoted to. Might be trust issues in a connection. You could also perhaps not even be trusting your own spiritual path. That's a possibility. Maybe it has nothing to do with somebody else. But it could be that maybe you're not trusting your own journey, your own path at the moment. Maybe because of so much things having gone wrong over here, so much instability and things that have been unpredictable. Maybe you're struggling to trust your own journey forward with that Two of Wands and the Hierophant energy here. Again, Hierophant talks about spirituality and wisdom. So, I don't know, maybe some of you are struggling in trusting your own inner guidance, your own spiritual journey. And you're trying to maintain faith in the path, Cancer, but you might be struggling with that. So let's see if we can get one of these cards. I feel like some of you are going to have to make a decision in regards to your connection or devotion to something or someone. There might be a lack of trust there. You might decide with the Hierophant to learn the lesson and move on with the Two of Wands. You might give somebody an ultimatum in regards to, you know, the issues. Whoa, okay. That's a lot of cards, but let's see what we have. Hold on. All these fell out. Intuition, reflection, water, arcana, and failure. So there was something that definitely went wrong here with the Five of Cups. That makes sense. So something did fail. The greater mystery, right? This is the energy of the unknown. There's some kind of purpose or situation behind all this, underneath the surface of all of it. The Hierophant does talk about that spiritual kind of mystery. I know it's not a High Priestess, but we do have this energy here and the water. So this is saying, follow your intuition in regards to the decision you make and the path that you take in regards to this. Do some reflection if you have to do that. Cancer, that's your energy with the water. All right, so listen to your intuition and your psychic abilities, because you definitely are psychic. Reflect on it and then decide accordingly is kind of what I'm getting from this. But you do have a choice to make with that Two of Wands. And if you're not trusting a situation, it's going to require that you glean discernment from your intuition after much reflection. Yeah, something feels hidden and unknown at the moment. Maybe in the midst of having to decide something. If something failed, that's okay. But this is you know, basically saying you have a choice to forge a different path or go a different way or do something different with that Two of Wands. You don't have to focus anymore on what went wrong over here, because you can choose something else entirely with that Two of Wands, and literally the power is in your hands to do so. But if you're worried about the outcome, this is saying, look, focus on your intuition. What does your intuition and your gut instinct tell you? Take as much time as you need to reflect on that in order to gain the answers that you seek. And the Hierophant energy would seek spiritual wisdom and spiritual answers from a situation that maybe you don't trust or you don't feel comfortable in. So this reading, Cancer, is really basically saying to rely on your own spiritual inner knowing and discernment to choose the path ahead. And you're not going to go wrong with your intuition. All right, let's see if we can get a card here, Cancer. Okay, maybe two. Let's see what we have. Okay, you're ready to bring new and exciting things into your life, right? So if you do choose the path ahead and choose something differently, new things are going to try to enter or come your way as a result of choosing another path, perhaps. You do have the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Well, here's you making the choice to move ahead confidently. And again, we have cards of intuition and water and the moon. And it's funny that I said the high priestess. I know she's not in here, but the intuition energy does kind of represent her. So does the moon. All right, so this is Piscean energy as well, so you could be dealing with a Pisces, possibly a Taurus. Again, that intuitive energy, all that water, your psychic abilities, Cancer, you're going to have to tap into that to discern the right path ahead for you. Listen to your gut, your inner knowing. But I think this energy here is basically saying you're ready for something new. You're ready to embark upon a new path. That's why that Two of Wands is there. So I think if there was a situation you couldn't trust, or a situation with somebody that you don't feel comfortable with, and you don't feel you can trust that dynamic anymore, you might have to decide if you're going to stay or go, or if you're going to lay down an ultimatum. It's up to you what you decide. This is saying clearly your intuition is going to be the guide on this one as far as helping you know what to do. But this is saying it looks like you're ready to celebrate new things and bring other things into your life. So maybe in order to embrace new things, you may have to choose a different path as well. That's a possibility for some of you. So if you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll the dice for angel numbers. The numbers may provide additional messages to this reading. They might also confirm some things in this reading. I don't recommend a website or a source because there's many different sources out there to interpret the angel number or the number combinations. And if I recommended a website that you didn't resonate with, then it would maybe lose the magic in what I was trying to accomplish here. So what I always say is do the research, Google the number that comes up for you as far as the spiritual meaning and interpretation of it. In the journey to finding the interpretation of the number, you might come across some other synchronicities that Spirit might have for you. So again, if I gave you a shortcut, you might lose a synchronicity on the way. Like that's part of the fun, is doing the research and seeing what else Spirit shows you along the way. Okay, so let's see what numbers I have for you, or what number comes up for you, Cancer, in regards to your angel numbers. All right, so we have 2, 8, and 9. So 289 is your angel number, Cancer. This is your reading. I'm going to leave you here. If you feel that this helped and connected for you in some way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to support this channel, like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little bell for notifications as well, so you don't miss a video, because YouTube, will update you and notify you whenever I do upload. And that way you never miss content. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available, and you can book a reading whenever you feel guided to. So, Cancer, I'm going to leave you here. This is your reading. Sending you much love wherever you are. Take care and keep shining.